As long-awaited report gives the all-clear for Britain's first pressurised water reactor, Science in Action asks, how safe is it? That's at 9:15. First, the news. First is London. Nine hours, Greenwich Mean Time.
BBC World Service. The news, read by Jonathan Izard. A terrorist group in Lebanon has threatened to kill 4 foreign hostages unless prisoners held in Israel are released within a week. Government forces in the Philippines are continuing their search for rebels following last week's coup attempt. Britain's new fishing restrictions around the Falklands have come into force, and Argentina says its patrol boats will stay out of the protected zone. Police have been searching the BBC's Scottish headquarters in their investigations into a television film about a secret government project. An organisation in Lebanon calling itself the Islamic Jihad for the Liberation of Palestine has threatened to kill within a week 3 American citizens and 1 Indian it is holding hostage if 400 Arabs in jail in Israel are not released. The group had earlier threatened to kill one of the hostages, who are all university lecturers in West Beirut, if the American government took military action against Lebanon. 2 West Germans kidnapped in Lebanon are reported to have written to their families and to Chancellor Helmut Kohl, confirming that their abduction was an attempt to force the West German authorities to release a Lebanese who's being held in Frankfurt. The United States is seeking his extradition on charges in connection with the hijacking of an American airliner in 1985. The American Secretary of State, Mr. Schultz, has said he believes American arms sales to Iran may have led to more hostage-taking in Beirut. In a magazine interview, Mr. Schultz said the arms deal and the hostage issue appear to have become tightly connected, with the Iranians now believing that hostages are more valuable. But he added one positive factor to emerge from the whole affair was the confirmation that trading for hostages is not a good idea. Government forces in the Philippines are continuing their search for an estimated 200 rebels following last Tuesday's attempted coup. 5 of the rebels were captured yesterday after a shootout with government soldiers just outside the capital Manila, and the rest fled into the hills north of the city. They were reported to have been camped on land owned by a son-in-law of former President Marcos. The search for them continued as the people of the Philippines prepared to vote in a referendum on a new constitution, which would confirm President Aquino in office. The Argentine government has announced that in the interests of preserving peace, its patrol boats will not enter the new fishing protection zone imposed by Britain around the Falkland Islands. A foreign ministry statement said this did not, however, mean that Argentina recognized the legitimacy of the exclusion zone or fishing areas designated by Britain. The 150-mile zone, which has just come into force, overlaps Argentina's own 200-mile offshore limits. And a correspondent for the BBC in Buenos Aires says the Argentine Coast Guard has been ordered to step up patrols and to arrest any foreign trawlers that stray beyond the British zone into Argentine waters without permission. President Reagan's new national security advisor, Mr. Frank Carlucci, has ended a 4-nation tour of Central America with a meeting with President Oscar Arias Sanchez of Costa Rica. Mr. Carlucci declined to say whether he had also met representatives of rebels fighting Nicaragua's Sandinista government while he was in Costa Rica. He said that the United States would support any initiative to bring peace to Central America. Besides Costa Rica, Mr. Carlucci also visited Guatemala, El Salvador, and Honduras. This news comes to you in the World Service of the BBC.